The last couple of days have been a bit disappointing in the studio. I've been trying to make my own slip out of a block of clay, mid-fire speckled white clay from Keen Ceramics. I haven't found anyone that's been able to turn it into a slip. I used to be able to, when I was at uni, I used to turn my Southern Ice porcelain clay, like a block of clay, 10 kilo clay, into a slip. And I was following the recipe for that. I knew I wasn't going to get it first off. It would have been a miracle if I got it right the first time. So I've just poured some in some molds at the moment. They didn't quite work out. It was taking too long to cast. So I'm just going to do a little bit of read up on what probably needs to be fixed and altered. I'm going to say the deflocculant, I maybe put too much in or maybe not enough. It's weighing at the right amount that it needs to be weighed at for a litre of slip. But again, it might just be a clay that can't be turned into a slip. There is a lot of grit in it, being a speckled white clay. But again, I knew I wasn't going to get it first off. This is how much I appreciate people that make their own slip. And I totally understand the people that go buy the slip, because after I started making my slip at uni, I didn't want to make it anymore. It was just too time consuming, so I just go buy it all ready to go and made, commercially made. It cost a lot more, maybe almost twice as much. But it made you appreciate the work that actually went into it and to actually get it right. A little bit of trials and error along the way. I'm just about to pack the kiln for a bisque. Well, I've half packed it. I'm going to do a bisque firing. I've got a couple of little knickknacks here that I need to put in the kiln for a bisque to get them back to my NDIS workshop. So I finished up. I did my 10 weeks there. Last week was my last week, so I've probably got a couple more weeks and then I can return everything else to them. Hi, my name is Mel, an Australian ceramicist located in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales. In the year 2022, my family and I decided to pack up our home along with my studio on the Central Coast and move 45 minutes up the road to wine country to build my dream studio where I can teach the art of ceramics. This dream has been in the works for a very long time, and I can't wait to share the journey with you along with my crazy family. The kiln is packed for a bisque. I've got a whole bunch of just little bits and pieces in there, a couple of bowls, some other like little bits and pieces that my Thursday workshop make. Some of them did break, but I'm hoping I can attach them back together with some glaze. That's the plan. So we'll put that on now to fire through the day and should be ready to open in the next 2 days. We do want program 1, not program 4. We want a bisque. Always double check. So I won't put my bungs in till it reaches around about 250 degrees. This just helps the moisture escape a bit quicker because there is still a little bit of moisture in the clay. There always will be, so that's what a bisque helps to drain out, to dry out that, that extra water that's sitting in the clay. And then it'll go up to, I've set it for 980 degrees. So again, I'll put the bungs in at 250 and then I can leave it for the next couple of days to fire up to temperature. Now that I've packed the kiln, I've got to clean up these mugs. These mugs here are from my workshop from a couple of weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, not last Saturday, but Saturday before. I've just been letting them naturally dry. They've just been taking a little bit longer just because it's been still cold in the studio through the night, so they're just taking a little bit longer, and I don't want them to go too fast because then that can cause cracks and handles to break and that as well. So I just got to clean the rims off them, and I just give them a little bit of touch up at the bottom, make it nice and smooth so it's not sharp, and you know, cut yourself to make them as smooth as I can. And then I've got a couple of my mugs that I've made as well. So I've got some Halloween ones, I've got some Christmas ones to get them. So these Christmas ones will be my little demos for my workshop that's coming up in October for my Christmas mugs and that. And then I've got a couple of other ones here at the back that I've just cleaned up as well with my new stamps on there. Every now and then when I'm in my studio, I like to take a nice little stroll down to my future studio. It's still in the works. It's still coming along. Again, we can only work on it bit by bit. I do like to come down here and have a look. And kind of just dream away of what it could look like. I just love coming down here and just imagining all the good things, all the memories that are going to be made in here. Not yet, but just obviously just all the effort my husband has gone into getting this, making my dream come true. And this is it. I've done so much. It was just a blank canvas. It was an empty shed. And we have just done so much at the moment. It's a handball court for my daughters to play and roller skate. But it's definitely a dream come true. This will be the bathroom eventually. We need to get some running water in here so I can have my studio under here. That will be all cabinetry at the back there, and then that will be my new table to work on, and that will be rolled over here, like right here in the middle here, because there will be cabinetry and kind of like a kitchenette at the back there, and that will be all enclosed in and it'll be nice. And then I'll have some downlights, and then the idea is for the kiln to go over here in this corner, and then get some shelving along here to put all the work while it's drying. And then those big tables will be in the middle here with all the chairs. And then the entry will be over there in the corner with that, you can see over there, bifold doors, which are getting installed next month. I'm a bit of a mess. It's very windy outside today. And yeah, again, I just like to come down here and just, I don't know, imagine away. And me coming down here, having my own space and not having to share the garage anymore. And then I can just relax and chill, come down here. I can work in here day and night, through the day, through the night, and have this boy with me. Ain't that right, buddy? Isn't that right? Yeah. Yes. So much, so much. So this is my little, I don't know if you've seen this, my little secret door. Hang on, Hux, I'll be back. I said to my husband, I want a secret door. Can you build me one? And he said, yeah, sure. First time doing that. I think he did a pretty good job. He's got no trade background. And then on the other side is my gym. Which actually hasn't been in use for the last probably 3 months because I have hurt my back. I've got a bulged disc. Yeah, so that's been fun. So I've just been swimming 3 times a week because I can't do any lifting at the moment. So the gym has been collecting a lot of dust and becoming a bit of a storage area, which is a bit disappointing. But another thing my husband built, isn't he clever? Isn't he clever? This is what we started with and we just kept going and going and going, making it feel like home. I'm sure you didn't want to watch me unload the kiln for 100th time, so I've just unpacked the bisque firing and now I'm just doing some glazing. So I've got some bowls here from my Thursday workshops that I've been running, which I've officially stopped, but I've just done their inside of their little planter bowls, and I'm just going to put some string on them so they can put some succulents and stuff in there when I drop them off in a couple of weeks' time. And then they've got their little Christmas ornaments and that I'm going to glaze as well, and a couple of other little platters in there from my previous workshop that I did a couple of months ago. So I need to catch up on that. that took longer than what I was expecting. I've glazed all these bowls and some Christmas ornaments and some, well, they were all already glazed. I just need to put them in. And then I've still got all these Christmas ornaments to glaze. And I didn't quite get to fit in these a couple little bits and pieces. Yeah, right, Hux. He's just napping away. Not helping at all. Fast asleep. The glaze firing went quite well. I'm very happy with it. So I've just unpacked it. Again, don't really want to show the video because that's actually quite boring, just watching people unpack, I guess. But these were for my Thursday, like I said in the last video that I packed. Just did some glazing, just some clear glaze, my leach glaze that I've made myself. But these are going to be little planter bowls. So where the holes are, I'll put some string in there, just some outdoor string so they can hang them outside. And then they've got their whole beads that I need to put on some string there as well. These all didn't quite make it, so I'm going to have to do another glaze firing. So I put them in, they're all glazed, and these ones I have to glaze over here. And then hopefully that will fill the kiln. And then I've got all these one I want to do for bisque firing. They're all clean, all dry, ready to go. Just ding out my new little finger grips. Seeing how they go. And yes, another day of packing the kiln for a glaze firing. Very, very riveting things. Whoop, I lost an eyeball. Stay there. Don't fall off. I just wish it was my stuff that I was packing, but I never get any time to make any of my own stuff, unfortunately. So I'm always packing other people's work, which is just as daunting because if they don't turn out, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry to ruin your work, but it just didn't work out or it broke. Haven't had many of them. Actually, I don't think I've had any of them. No cracks, a couple of cracks on handles, but nothing dramatic, like they never get their stuff back. I've always been pretty lucky with that. Get their money's worth, because some people do question my prices, but hey, that's how much ceramics cost, unfortunately. You're not paying for the actual 2-hour class, you're paying for my time after the workshop, which actually takes much, much longer. And because I am a perfectionist, I like to make sure that everything is up to scratch and that everything works out. And I'm definitely a people pleaser. Sometimes it annoys me. And so I get a bit anxious when people, I don't know, if it doesn't work out or you open it and you're just like, oh, I hope they like it. Because that's it. You paid all that money and that's what you get. I'm just packing all the Christmas ornaments at the moment because they're going to take up so much room. Make sure they are not touching. Oh, I fit it all in. That's such a good feeling. How good is that? My last firing for this month. We're going away camping for a couple of weeks. So get that on and ready to go and go enjoy some relaxing camping for a couple of weeks through the school holidays.